stay. Today, we're going to talk about training for Henry. And he had several problems when he first came. If you move towards this dog, he almost always moves away. And I mean, if you move towards him to try to catch him, to put him in the kennel, he likes to play keep away. So we really focused on reversing that problem. And part of what I want to talk today about is that his name and certain commands always have to mean good things. And for those things, we usually move away from the dog. For the deterrent words, such as leave it, no, off, any kind of discipline word, surprised he's not reacting, you need to move towards the dog. For come, changing of directions, if you want to catch Henry, you should be moving away from Henry. For discipline, you move towards the dog. What happens in real life is those two things get mixed up. When we need our dog to come to us, we go towards the dog, and that's what drives him away, and he starts to play keep away as a fun game. He's like, oh, if you go towards me, I'm moving away, and that's kind of what dogs do to each other. So the first thing to remember is like the dynamics of how to move your body, and so if I want Henry to come to me, I'm going to move away. Right, Henry, come. Yes, good boy. If I change direction, see how it pulls him towards me? Henry, come. Yes. Yay. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, good. So I'm going to do that again. Henry, sit. Good. If you tell him to SIT and he lies down, reward that behavior. That is excellent, and it's a harder behavior to train a down than a sit. Attention trumps obedience. What that means is, if you tell him to sit and he lies down, reward it. If you tell him to lie down and he sits, reward it. Attention is what you're rewarding, okay? If he has the wrong answer, it doesn't really matter that much. So, yes and. If he blows you off, if you say sit or down or leave it or no and he does not do it, you charge towards him and you grab this handle. This is called a tab leash. It should always be on for the next few months. Let him live with that on. If he jumps on you, you're right here. You try to grab it and yank the leash downward if he jumps. He has been super, super good lately and not jumped at all. He was jumping like crazy when he got here. Everybody has to play the game. No one can allow the jumping. So again, the dynamics behind calling a dog to come is to move away. I'm going to show it again. Henry, come! Henry, come! Yes! Good boy! Henry, come! Good boy! So what happens? Good. Good boy. I'm going to show you the change of dynamic just to show an example of what he acts like when you move towards him, okay? So I'm just going to walk around a little bit to get him kind of walking with me, and then I'm going to go towards him, and we'll see if he moves away or not. He probably still will, but I've spent the last 30 days not moving towards him at all. Break! Okay, let's go. So if you do something like this, Henny, come here. Okay, that's pretty good. Good boy! I'm gonna reward him for that. So that was excellent. And that's kind of my 30-day, want a treat? Yeah, want a treat? He knows we're in training mode, so he's checking in, he's laying down, that's excellent. When you need to get Henry, do not reach for him or grab him. Turn your back and say, Henry, come! Yes! Have a treat, do a sit. As you go to feed him, you grab your leash, and that's how you call a dog to come to you. You do not reach for him, here, this way. You don't reach for him, like especially quickly, and try to grab him. So that will push him away from you and play keep away. Okay, it's hot out here, so I'm gonna make the commands really easy and really simple. The sit command, stay. It says, Henry, sit, okay? It's Henry, snap your fingers, sit. It's like you pop from his nose to your nose. Henry, sit, like that, okay? So I'm gonna show it to you. You can have food in your hand or not, doesn't matter. Wait, ready, come on, okay. Henry, sit, good. okay? The pop towards his nose and back is to get his attention. So, break, Henny. Henny, come. He's tired. Good boy. The down command is Henry, snap, down. Okay? So it's Henry, snap, sit, or Henry, snap, down. When you do your down, your fingers are pointing towards the ground. A lot of people go like that for down, or they point. That's not allowed. It's sit, or it's down. Okay. The stay signal is a step towards the dog with 5 fingers spread. So it would look like this. Stay. Okay? If he is on a stay, a sit, or a down, he must be released. So his release command is the word break or okay. Break! Yay! Okay? Something I love, and we worked on it really hard, is the this way command. The this way command is basically a change of direction. I'm also going to get the other dogs out here so he wakes up more and gets a little more excited. He's like, where are my friends? So we have what's called the this way command. And let's go. Right, come on. Let's go ahead. So I'm hiking. He's going wherever he wants. This way. Good boy. Okay, and then I'm going to give a treat. That is your this way command. It should sound that way. You change directions, a 180 with your body, and you run. It's exactly the same as the come command, but you train it for 100% success.
Do it again. Do it again.
Huh?
Do it again.
Do what again?
This way.
The this way? All right. I have the director talking to me. Okay, Hannah, let's go. Woo! Let's go. He won't get ahead of me. Good boy. So even if he's not ahead of you, come on. Let's go. Ready? Okay. This way! This way! This way! Yay! Good boy! Good. So your this way command, it's almost like a reflex for him. We worked so hard on it. It really drives the dog back to you. And you'll see that when I have all the dogs out on a hike, you'll see it working on Henry and Splitty. And maybe not so much on the other dogs because they're not even trained to do it. But I thought this way was a really good command to put on him. Leave it and no. When you work your leave it and your no or your your voice has to change. It has to sound loud and booming. You move towards your dog, no matter what. So if he's across the room and he has a pillow in his mouth that's not his, you run towards him with your fingers out like this. Run. And you say, leave it, as you charge towards him, okay? If he tries to move away, you snap and you say down, okay? So you'd say, hen, down, okay? If that doesn't make him leave the object and he still has it in his mouth, then you would take the tab and you would say, leave it, and give him a firm yank on this tab, okay? So he's like 100%. I mean, he can be, what did he have his nose in yesterday? He found a log and his nose was under the log and he was like snorting, and I just said L-E-A-V-I-T, and I mean, he flew away. And that is from this method of training, where when you say leave it, he should jolt away from whatever it is he's doing. If he's not, you charge towards him, you grab the tab, and you say again to leave it, and you pull the leash. So sit, down, stay, and come, you know, those are kind of fun words that he should associate with really good things. So you can use his name with sit, down, stay, come, and heel. Okay, so let's go over our good words, and it's really hot today, so he's like, let's have fun. Okay, so if I have my treats, wait, come on, Hen, let's go. Yay. Henry, sit. Yes. So I can use his name. Henry, down. Good, because those words aren't discipline words. Yes. Good. Okay, if he's sitting or downing, you have to release him. Break. Yes. Heel. Henry. Heel. Henry, heel. Heel. So heel, and he's really, really, really tired. Come on, Hen. Let's go. Let's heel. Good boy. Heel is basically walking without a tired dog, you're usually pulling, but I am having to pull him right now. Heel is very, very easy. And he should stop when you stop, and he should also sit automatically, which we've trained him to do. Hen, down. So when he hears the snap, it's a very important cue for him to look and to wait for whatever signal or command you're going to give him. Heel, he's very, very good with heel. I changed your prong collar. I got you a new Herm Springer because your other one was way, way, way too big. Gargantuan, and this is a tiny small one that they use on police dogs and Belgian Malinois. So it's a myth that you have to use a giant prong for the dog. You want to use an extremely small prong for a pit mix like this. And the reason is those long, huge ones are for dogs with a lot of hair, like a Great Pyrenees that has this much hair. The prongs have to get through it. So it's a myth that you need a big prong collar for a short-haired dog. Short-haired dogs need the small collars. So I'm going to give this one to you on the house. I'm also going to give you this to tab leash. His sit, down, stay, come, heel are perfect. His know and leave it, I would say, are perfect after the 30 days. So the video instructional, I think when we get the other dogs out, you'll be able to see him in action a little bit better and how I use my body. I move away or I move towards. I move away from my dog for good things, like come on, come, and all that. I move towards my dog if I have to tell him to leave it or no. Stay. Good. I'm going to walk. Wait, Henry, come. Yay! Henry, down. Stay. I didn't even really have to say stay. If I call him to come, I run. Wait, Hen, come. Down, leave it, down. Good. So that goes to show you his pretty much stoppability during motion. I can use leave it or down or no, and he should stop wherever he is. So if he's running towards something, you can also use your leave it or your down. Loud, okay, because he was in motion towards me. Good boy, Henny. Good boy. It's hot. We're going to go take a swim, and we're going to go on a hike. So we have our sit, our down, our stay, our come, our heel, our release command, which is okay or break. And then I want to talk about also the psychology of dog training. Okay. For every one time you use a command, you need to train it 9 times. I'm going to try to keep it super simple. If Henry is across the street, he found his best dog friend, and it's time to go. And I say, Henry, come, and he comes. Even if I treat him, that's using your come command. And that's okay. It should work, and you need to use your come command. But for every one time you do that, and he loses the play session, loses the other dog, he came to you, he got a cookie, but he also lost what it was he was doing. So for every one time you do that, you need to train it 9 times. So every time I call my dog to come, and I really needed her to come, I would simply do this. Henry, come. Yes. Feed. Yes. Henry, come. Yes. And feed. Good boy. For no reason. Ready. Hen, come. Yes. Good boy. Ah, tired boy. Henry, come. Yes. Okay, you get the point. He's real tired, so I'm not going to make him run. What you would do, you don't have to do it 10 times in a row, but just make sure, wow, he did a really good come to command today. He came away from a running deer or a running squirrel. I tested it. He came away. I gave him the cookie. You can let him go back and chase what it was, let him go back into play. Okay, that's a really good exercise. But if you can't, and you're like, Henry, come, and he comes to you and he loses the dog park, then you know you need to do the come game 9 more times for no reason at all, other than to just play the game. Same thing with sit and down. If you want your sits and your downs to work, you do them all day long for no reason. I have a pocket of treats. Henry, down. Yeah, what a boy. Good. If I want to release him, I can throw a cookie. Break. Because he's tired, so I'm going to throw food. Good. So he has distance. Hen, down. Good. So he should be able to listen from a distance. We also have Go Kennel. Please, please, please do not call him to come to you and send him to the kennel. That is the way to ruin your come command. Meaning, again, let's say you really need to get him in the kennel. You do your Henry come, put him in the kennel and leave. Well, you've just taken a, hit on your come command. Because the next time you call him, he'll be like, what? Are you putting me away? And that is how dog training works. That's the crux of dog training. All good dog trainers, working dog handlers, all people that have sport dogs, military working dogs, police dogs, we all know that rule. That commands become poisoned and they stop working. Because if all you do is call him to come to do what you need to do, then eventually he just will stop coming to you. So the rule is, for every one time you use a command, including sit, down, stay, come, heel, leave it or no, you need to train it 9 times. So that keeps the command pure, it keeps them loving their training, it keeps them listening. Hen, ready, break, go, break, go get it. You see it? Hen, break, go get it.
So how does she train leave it or no?
Go get it.
The 9 times.
Boy. Well, leave it or no, we have to show that in action. I can't really train, okay, right now he's in the grass. Leave it. Leave it. Good. That's a leave it. Okay, if he didn't do it, I would charge him and yank the collar, which I explained before. So I can't make him do something bad to do leave it. But we're going to look when we go hiking together. I can do anything. I mean, if he's running after my dog and I say leave it, he's got to stop. So let's end this video. We're now going to take a hike with the other dog so you can see what he's like during crazy distraction. I would say his level 10 distractions are the swimming pool with another dog swimming, and I can do a perfect leave it, sit down, stay, come, heel. You've seen the videos of him going down while the other dog is swimming and all of that. So that's his level 10 distraction. That's the hardest it gets for him. The second hardest it gets for him is when my dog Splitty is running on the trail and he's chasing in full speed after her. For me to be able to recall him or say down or leave it is a pretty big deal. So we're going to do that next. And how do you train that? I mean, basically, you train it up close with the tap. If he doesn't listen to you from far away, you put out your hand and you start running towards him, okay? You tell him to down, and he should lie down and not move away. And that's the problem, is he came with a problem of moving away. So we've tried to correct that over the 30 days, and you just need to remember, anyone who wants Henry to come for any reason at all has to move away, okay? Don't let him play. If he stands there and looks at you like, oh, I'm not gonna come, then turn your back and go in the house and close the door. And try to do it somewhere safe. Set him up to do it so you can do that and teach him, I mean it. Come means I'm leaving. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how it works in the wild. So those are the dynamics behind the commands. Henry, sit. Like this, from his nose to your nose. Henry, snap, sit. Henry, snap, down. If he's really far away, down. I make my hand signal bigger. If he's close, down.
Do the one up
Sit.
high again.
Henry, down. My fingers are pointed towards the ground. It's not down. It doesn't look like down. It looks like this. Down. Sit. And I kind of do that. Sit. Henry, snap, down. Henry, sit. It's if you say Henry, sit, he's going to do it anyway without the hand signal, but if you can learn that and add that in, it's going to help him a lot. And then he's on a stay right now. So let's both, me and you, start walking back to the house. He's all by himself out here, so we can show his stay, and then we'll call him when we're halfway up the driveway. So just keep the cam on Hen. Stay. We're going to walk up towards the house where all the dogs are. We just wanted to show you kind of with no dogs. Focus a little bit. My back is turned. You can show it. My back is turned. And this is pretty hard. We're going back towards the pool, the distractions. So, nope, down. Good boy. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way back. This is an important part of training. He listened, which was very, very good. stepped forward 3 steps. I don't care how hard it is. This is severe distraction because we're going back towards the pack and the swimming pool and all that. And he knows we're gonna go swim. I'm gonna call him here pretty soon. Right, honey, come! Yay, honey! And we're gonna go back. So you can just film us as we walk in. Keep up with us. Come on, man, let's go. Because now the drive of the other dogs in the pool. I'm just gonna practice for no reason. And down. Good. Do I have a treat? I'm all out. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. Leave it. It doesn't matter if it wasn't, leave anything. He can, moving forward and going towards the house, I want him to leave it. That's what it should look like. It should look like, okay, if he doesn't act like that when you say leave it, you need to send him back. You guys need to come back for a day and spend time, you know, getting that level of response. Okay, great, let's go. Woo, let's go. And leave it, leave it. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, voice, the snap, and the leave it. If he kept running, I would find him, I would bring him back to that spot, and I would say leave it with a really, really hard correction. You got to put in the work. He knows that I mean it. But if you guys start using leave it without training leave it, then he's going to stop listening to leave it. And dogs absolutely understand the difference between me and their owner. So the hardest part is to get people playing by the rules. Okay, right. And you can see how much he wants to go see Sweetie. Good boy. Okay, that's good. We're going to do a hike part 2.